Welcome back to Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. Welcoming a first-timer to the program. She is a motivational speaker. So we're going to talk about a lot of things today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the lovely Ashley Thomas. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you are here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, again, I'm Ashley Thomas. I'm a motivational speaker, crazy entrepreneur, and a mother and an author.
Yeah.
And so my journey kind of just started when I launched a company in 2015, a marketing company, and people wanted to know the why behind it. And when they discovered that I was a teen mom and learning my story and everything that I overcame, it led to come speak here and come speak here. And then it was just like, okay, God, I get it. This is my purpose. And so I need to just really flow and embrace and do what I'm called to do. And so that's what led me to being the motivational speaker that I am today.
Can you tell us the story?
Yeah, I can give you a brief synopsis of it. So,
sure.
You know, being a preacher's kid and all the things that come with, you know, that title.
That pressure of being perfect.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I mean, you couldn't have said it any better. It's just like, so much came with it, and when I got pregnant at 17, it was just kind of like all hell broke loose, you know, and so people just automatically think your life is over, as if teen moms just started coming around today, but that's, I mean, they were having babies at 12 and 13 back in the olden days, but it was okay then, you know, but just going through all of that, and, you know, people saying I wouldn't make it, I wouldn't succeed, and, you know, my life is over. I was just kind of like that radical girl that wanted to prove everybody wrong and overcome everything that they said I couldn't do. And so graduating college, finishing high school first, and then graduating college and starting my own company.
And who were those that were in your ear telling you that you would not be said person? You
know, naysayers, you know, just different people in the community that chit-chatted because, oh, your dad is this person, and how could, you know, obviously what he's preaching is not working for you.
If I had to guess, I would say church folk.
Yeah, church people, you know, and so it was just one of those situations to where they give you that side eye, like, let me see what you turn out to be now, you know, you had me on this pedestal so high and thought that I would be this, and now I'm going the complete opposite. Let's see what you become now.
And now you have shown all of them wrong because
absolutely.
You overcame, persevered, and now you have your own situation going on.
Right, absolutely.
So tell us about your organization.
Basically what I do, I get contracts with different schools. I'm booked to fly places or wherever. The event really doesn't matter. I just kind of feel like God has just kind of graced me, no matter if it was like, hey, I want you to come in here and motivate the people on the radio station. God has equipped my story to fit any environment, whether it's pre-K students, college students, adults, church. I just learned to make it fit for wherever I am. And so it's an amazing blessing to have. And so I just enjoy the ride of the whole thing.
Indeed. You're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to Ashley Thomas, who is a motivational speaker. She has a book that is out. What is the name of your book?
I actually have two.
You have two books.
The first one is There's a Jewel in You, From a Statistics to a Success. And the second one is A Letter to My Younger Self, Unmasked.
Let's talk about the first book. What is that about?
There's a Jewel in You. My publisher, she reached out to me, Shantae Williams in South Carolina, of Greater Working Women. She reached out to me and she was like, hey, you know, do you want to be a part of this anthology? It's an anthology of 11 other women from different states. We've never seen each other, and we just came together to tell, you know, our provocative stories of becoming a teen mom, whether it was by rape or, you know, wanting to be loved and to love someone else, or how did we fall into being, you know, a teen mom. And so you have different stories from different backgrounds, and it just kind of draws everyone in to know the life of a teen mom and what we go through and what leads us to getting to the point of even becoming a teen mom.
And your second book, that one sounds amazing. I mean, I can only imagine what kind of stories you came across when writing that book, or just interviewing young women who are teen moms.
Definitely phenomenal. Just learning, like, man, I'm not in this alone. Or, when people don't know the backstory, they can see an image, but they don't know what's behind the image. And so that's what we're getting people to see. It's going to be a volume of these books. They're actually working on volume 2. And so it was exciting being a part of that process, picking out the next generation that's coming after the volume 1. And so it's going to be forever evolving, and it's not going away anytime soon. But the letter to my younger self, Unmasked, it came about after doing an interview, Unmasked podcast. And so doing that interview, she had me write a letter to myself and actually read it on the podcast. And so it was like, wow, it was a hard process, like really writing and talking to the younger me. And so it was a lot of things I had dealt with, from being molested at 5 and just terrible relationships, and the things that I didn't have, like the therapy and counseling for to get me through it. It was just kind of like, how the saying goes, what happens here stays here. We don't talk about it. We don't do anything about it. But in that, I found so much freedom. And so I was like, I need to write my own book. Writing to myself so people can see it's me being completely vulnerable, but letting people know that we're not alone. Like, we need to forgive our younger selves. Our younger selves, the little girl and the little boy inside of us, deserve an answer. They deserve an explanation. And so just talking to that young person inside of us to heal it so that we can move forward in life, forgiving ourselves, saying it wasn't your fault. You were 5. You didn't know any better. You couldn't defend yourself, or, you chose these relationships because everything stimulated from that molestation. And, it's just a ripple effect of things. Yes, your father was in the home, but he wasn't really present like you needed him to be. So it was different voids you were trying to fill. And so it's just owning and putting out there everything that people thought, oh, you're just hot and fast, or you're just after boys, or you're just pretty, and you just, you're going after. No, it's things that
there's a story.
It's
like
a level to every devil,
And
so that's what that one is about, and that will be a sequel as well. The next one will be a letter to my teen self, and so forth.
Can you give me a little insight? What did you say to your younger self?
Just letting me know that, again, a lot of things weren't my fault, understanding where my wounds come from, my mother wounds, my father wounds, and how, although we have 2-parent homes, we think children have the most amazing life, but we go through our own things. If we don't receive that intimacy from our mother at a certain age, between 0 and 5, that leads to us not being able to really fully show affection. Or if our father doesn't affirm us or validate us, that's why we go into our teen years seeking that validation through peer pressure years. And so it's a lot that
with the
psychological
psychoanalysis is what I was trying to say.
It's a lot that we have to filter through to understand a lot of the decisions that we make as human beings.
Oh, that is so spot on. I mean,
because I tell a lot of my teen moms, I'm like, okay, you're carrying this baby, but you know what? You're carrying this baby at 9 months of your filth and your mess. When you birth this baby out, you're birthing your stuff into their lives. So decisions that they make, or situations that, just like if you're on drugs, the baby comes out a drug addict baby. You know what I'm saying? So you're birthing them. I don't care if you were a prostitute or whatever. You're putting that onto them. And when they're developing, you don't understand why they're making certain decisions, but that's a part of you that's coming out of them.
Yeah,
and
it's all genetic, it's all hereditary,
it's
or that
not
trait.
Their fault.
Yeah,
we
got to
think.
Trait.
Yeah, we got to think back. Well, what did we do? We're quick to forget what we did at 10, 12, 14, 15 years old, but we yet to judge the person right there in our face and not knowing, hey, I did the same thing. And so that's why grace and mercy is such a big thing, because, hey, we've all been somewhere.
You are well wise beyond your years. I don't even know how old you are. You still look like you're a baby. You still
I'm 29.
You still got a teen behind it.
29.
Really? Wow. You look. She looks like she's 19, y'all. Like dead ass. But that, I want to applaud you, man. You're helping a lot of people, I'm sure. A lot of females out there who can relate. So what is going to be next for you? What's next on on the list?
Just making a global impact. I'm not stopping here in the States. I want everything that I'm doing, the clothing line that I'll be releasing pretty soon, I want this to be a global impact. Everything that I do moving forward, I promised myself this year would be a year of impact. And so everything, it has to impact. If it's not impacting, I need to go back to the drawing board to figure out what am I doing wrong.
Where can people follow you on social media, and where can they get your books? There's a Jewel in You and Letters to My Younger Self, Unmasked.
The easiest way to give everybody the way to follow me, just visit my website, www.ashley-thomas, ASHLEY-thomas, THOMAS.com. And at the top and at the bottom of my webpage, it'll be all the links to my social media channels to follow me and also to purchase the books as well.
Okay. Motivational speaker Ashley Thomas, thank you for coming through. I know you blessed someone this morning. I know there is some young lady out there listening like, that was me.
Right.
She's right. As I'm sure you have experienced throughout your journey with traveling and motivational speaking.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth, welcoming a first-timer to the program. He is the owner of the organization Houston Mouves. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dewan Clayborn. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. I appreciate you having me here today.
Yes, sir. We you brought a couple of guests with you. Please introduce yourselves.
Absolutely. Stephen Richmond, Rich Fit Foods.
And I am Lauren Lacey, a Houston real estate professional.
Nice. So you guys are a part of the Harvey Relief Foundation, which Mayor Sylvester Turner had started in wake of Hurricane Harvey hitting the H. And there's a big fundraiser event going on, the Houston Scotch and Beer Fest Soiree.
Yes, it is.
What a title.
I know, right? That's always a catchy piece.
Right. Tell us about it, Dewan.
So, we're just trying to come together as individuals that was a catastrophic event. Yeah. We just want to put out positive energy. So we're going to have some scotch, some beer tasting, some live music, and different type of vendors showcasing their crafts, all to raise funds for the Hurricane Harvey Relief Foundation. We actually had a few people reach back out to us that are still affected and haven't been helped. So hopefully with these donations, these funds will go to the right place, and we can continue to make Houston strong. Yeah,
indeed. It was quite the event. I wasn't here for it. I had I've told this story 11 times on this program because the Hurricane Harvey relief, this is something that we're going to be doing for quite some time,
I agree.
A long time. But the weekend that it happened, I had flew home because that was the weekend of the Mayweather-McGregor fight. My brothers were throwing a fight party back home. I'm from Dayton, Ohio, and so I was flying home that weekend to go to my brother's fight party because they was like, you ain't coming. I'm like, right. I'm flying in for the fight party because I know how my brothers get down. It was going to be lit, which it was. And so what was supposed to be just a weekend getaway, out on a Friday, back on a Sunday, ended up being a 10-day stay.
Right. Yes. I'm about to say,
9
did
days.
You make it back?
Yeah.
A 9-day stay. My flight kept getting canceled, and so just watching the devastation unfold on cable news,
television,
and then just watching Houston get itself out and helping each other. There were two feelings I felt. One, I was frustrated because I wasn't here to help or, to be on the radio to help, do my part. But two, Houston restored my faith in humanity.
Absolutely.
Because, earlier that month in August, we were dealing with, the Tiki Torch Whites in Charlottesville.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so watching that, and I'm like, dang, why are we going backwards? What has this country become?
Right.
But when Harvey happened and watching it in real time, live on TV, people helping each other. There was one scene on CNN, and I was like, I know people are losing their minds right now. It was, I don't know what part of town they were in, but nice house, nice area. The family was Arabian of some sort. They had the they had the dots in the turbans and whatnot. So it was an older white man with the boat helping this family. It was a black soldier that was helping some small Chinese lady.
Right. A lot of diversity.
Right. Everybody was of different and helping each other out.
Yeah.
Unity. And I was like, come on, Houston. This
A beautiful
is
thing.
why.
A beautiful
it was,
thing. Yeah.
man. It was absolutely beautiful.
It's interesting you said that, because what we focus on with our events is diversity. So you'll see people from all different cultures and everything there, just enjoying a good vibe and good energy.
Well, that's Houston.
Yeah. And it is a good
Houston.
feeling because I shared the same experience that you did. I was actually stuck in LA at the time on a supposedly weekend trip, and my daughter was here. So I was like freaking out. Everyone was trying to get out of Houston, and I was dying to get back to her. But luckily she was dry and safe, but watching that on television, it definitely lit a fire. As soon as I came back, I was eager to find out what ways I could help or how I could contribute.
Exactly. So much so that, my youngest brother gave me $500 in gift cards. Like, he went to the store and bought $500 in gift cards.
Wow.
And it was like, yo,
That's pretty
take
dope.
this back
It's
to
amazing
Houston,
to see everybody step
give
up.
them away, and whatnot.
Something else that's interesting is if you think back far to Katrina, after Katrina hit in New Orleans, they won the Super Bowl. Then we get hit with Harvey. We win the World Series.
Yeah.
I'm
right.
like, man, this is like kind of crazy.
It was
but
I was like,
it
wow.
was definitely a boost to the economy, what we needed at that time.
Indeed. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm talking to the people of Houston Mouves. The Houston Scotch and Beer Fest Soiree is happening on Friday, March the 9th. It's going to be at the India House. I'm familiar with the India House.
Yeah.
I like that
Right down the street.
spot. What is it that people should expect?
They should expect a high-end night, come suited and booted, come in your best attire. We'll have different craft vendors there. They'll be able to sample an unlimited supply of different scotches, from single malt to whiskeys to wines to bourbons. We'll have a plethora of different spirits there. So if you don't like Scotch or beer, it's all right. We'll have whiskey. We'll have wine. We'll have a little bourbon. We want to please everyone. So just come out for a good night. It's a great cause. And I have the best saxophone player playing there who lives in Houston.
No word. Okay, so ain't nothing like some live music. And you're gonna have your food vendor there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Steven?
Richmond Foods will definitely be in the house, man. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do yet. I might do a stuffed salmon, or we might do our Cajun shrimp that I did.
It's all delicious.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
is delicious.
Event before.
He brought some samples. I think I want to break it out live on
you
there.
should.
touch that stuffed salmon.
Yeah.
Man.
I know I
a
want
few
some
samples
over here.
there.
Yeah, pass it around. We brought a lot of samples for everybody. We like to share the love around when we show up.
Hey, listen, sharing is caring.
Absolutely.
Indeed it
My
is.
man.
So you teamed up with the Harvey Relief fundraiser, which is what Mary Turner started. How did that come about?
So Mayor Sylvester Turner actually attends my church, the Church Without Walls. So it just simply as, talking to him, telling him my vision, got his blessing. He connected me with some of his, individuals that handled that, and it was done.
Sorry. I'm tasting the salmon. I'm like, whoa.
Salmon fire.
That's a great reaction.
Right.
Especially on air.
Well, okay, go ahead. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but it was real simple. Like I said, he attends my church, Church Without Walls. So he connected me with the proper community relations person. It worked out fine.
3 second rule. 3 seconds.
Yeah.
It
So
was fine.
save the date. Excuse me. I'm eating some Rich Fit Foods. This stuffed salmon and asparagus. Yes, on a Sunday morning. This is good. And I forgot to mention that we're drinking sipping on some scotch too as well.
Yeah, that's
some of the
that,
best scotch that'll be
Glenlivet,
available.
12-year.
You can try it all out on Friday, March the 9th
As much as you
at
want.
the India House. You said the dress is
Cocktail
like
attire.
cocktail attire?
Yeah, black tie. Come on out, dressed to impress with your best outfit. Bring your ladies, bring your significant others, your friends, your family. Everybody is welcome. If you're looking for your tickets, you can go on our website, which is www.htownwhiskeyevents.com. Again, www.htownwhiskeyevents.com.
And I want to say, don't shy away just because you don't drink whiskey or, scotch, because I am not a whiskey or a scotch drinker, but, I'm going to give it a try. So come out and experience something new. It's unlimited, so if it's not to your liking, there's always a different blend that you can try.
Different blend, different wine. If you like white wine, we'll have that. If you like red wine, we'll have that. If you want something a little fruity, we'll have some tasty bourbons that will be there as well. Again, make sure you come. This is an event you do not want to miss.
You do not want to miss. And more importantly, it's going toward the Harvey Relief Fundraiser, as we are going to be getting people back to normal. We've everything seems normal,
right? It does,
but it's still going to take a while. And my hope is that people don't forget,
right?
People don't forget. One of the other things that I think about is a lot of people's mental health with going through this. There's another situation when I was back home in Dayton, Ohio, watching everything unfold, and there was a young lady who was at GRB, and live on the air. And I'm glad that this woman, is concerned about her own mental health. She was saying that she had moved here to Houston from Katrina.
Wow.
And so Harvey was her second natural disaster, her second round of devastation.
Right.
And she said, she was like, I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to need to see a psychiatrist or a psychologist because I'm concerned about my mental health.
Absolutely.
And in that moment, I was like, man, baby girl, big ups to you for being that self-aware.
Right. To acknowledge it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy you said that because we actually have a live auction the last hour of the event. And it's a lady who I know, she just started her own nonprofit geared towards helping kids with mental health. And so all of the proceeds that are raised from that auction are going to go right back to her nonprofit. So
that's very important.
We're really doing a lot of giving with this event, just trying to be a blessing to others, because I've been so blessed. I got great support people around me, and it's contagious. When you give, it shall be given back to you.
Absolutely, tenfold.
I know that's right.
Give them all the information. Where can they get more info on the?
So
the
again, if you want to get tickets or just see any updates, if you go to Facebook, go to Houston Whiskey Events for all the updates. If you want your tickets, go to www.htownwhiskeyevents.com. Again, www.htownwhiskeyevents.com. Hurry up. We will not sell tickets at the door, so hurry up. They're selling fast.
Go to the website, get the tickets.
Tickets are going fast, too, and all the food vendors that's going to be there, including myself with Rich Fit Foods, man. You definitely want to come out. There's no charge for the food. There's no charge for any of the liquor. So once you pay for the ticket, it's a one-stop shop, right?
Yeah.
So you get access to everything. And don't forget, there's going to be a live band there, so you get a chance to mix and mingle with some of Houston's top professionals as well. So
yes.
I think it'll just be a really good event, some nice, diverse people out on a Friday night just to come out and enjoy yourself.
Indeed.
And I'll be there as well. Speaking of Houston professionals, everyone is coming to support the hurricane relief. And for those families or individuals who are still looking to relocate or may need to sell their properties, I'll be there to connect with those people as well.
Good
yeah,
stuff.
See, we got a lot of movers and shakers, So in any industry somebody's looking for, I'm pretty sure we got them around us or someone we can connect them to.
Indeed. Well, I appreciate y'all for coming through with the booze and the food and the combo.
Right.
I mean, this is
thanks for having us.
This is my typical
that's love.
Friday night. It is all love. Dewan Clayborn, owner of Houston Mouves, also Mr. Stephen Richmond of Rich Fit Foods, and the lovely Lauren. I didn't get your last name.
Lauren Lacey.
Lauren, listen.
That
Lauren
just
Lacey.
goes so good.
That rings
Like $1 million.
sounds like a star.
Hey, speak it on me.
I know.
Thank you all for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you for listening to Access Houston.